Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Saturday morning to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today we are in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals for our NBA 2K23 Road to the NBA Finals series for our Philadelphia 76ers series. And we currently lead the series 2-0 over the Boston Celtics, Philly's longtime rivals. So they've met in the playoffs so many seasons and so many times throughout the years. And recently, the Boston Celtics just beat Philadelphia 4-3 in the conference semifinals. So I'm aiming that Boston could probably win maybe one or two games in this series. I mean, Jason Tatum's not all that bad of a player. Neither is Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown. So we will actually be at TD Garden in Boston for this episode. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at TD Garden. All right, so the Philadelphia 76ers, they are going to be wearing their blue icon uniforms on the road. And meanwhile, for the Boston Celtics, they are going to be wearing their Green City uniforms. And I really like these city uniforms, and they pay a tribute to the late Bill Russell. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys at TD Garden. All right, so now it is tip-off time here in Boston. So last two games were played in Philly. This one in Boston. So now they got Marcus Smart going to pass it over to Jason Tatum. So now Tatum knocks down the three to start off this game here in the home of the Survivor Series WWE back in November 26th of 22, which I actually did not watch it. I mainly watch those pay-per-view events when it's on Peacock, when it's like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. So now I'm going to use Tobias Harris. He actually misses that three, but Joel Embiid actually will get 2 points in. And great offensive rebound by Embiid. I almost said MVP there. He has been MVP, I think, before. So we're going to pass it to Joel Embiid. And I can't believe it's almost been a month since we haven't been doing the Sixers series as much. I'm really starting to get back into doing more of the NBA 2K23 Road to the Final series, rather more than my WWE 2K22 Bash of the Beach Vacay series, which has been a instant success lately. And I don't think I'm going to go back to my main 2K22 series. But now Al Horford, changing the subject, he shoots a three. So now I'm going to use Joel Embiid. So now I'm going to try to get this in from mid-range, and I do for the most part. So now Embiid has 11 points. Boston has 11. So now Tobias Harris is going to make that steal happen. I'm thinking about trying to shoot a three here. Hopefully this can be successful. And yes, it is. So it is evenly tied here in TD Garden. Marcus Smart going to pass it over. And now Jaylen Brown gets it in. So he gets it in the paint pretty well. I mean, he gets some good, decent layups every now and then. So now I'm going to use Joel Embiid. We are going to fire a three from behind the arc. So now we take our first lead of the game. So it's now 14-13. And this lead did not last very long as Marcus Smart got it in for 2 points. So now thinking about using Harris again. I'm hoping I can get a three. If not, I can still get twos. And I inevitably do. So it's now 17-15. Jason Tatum with the basketball. I thought he lost it there for a moment, but now he picked it back up and he gets that in. So it's now 17-17. And I got some James Harden on my mind. So I'm going to pass it around, and it went out of bounds, so Boston does have possession of it. So Celtics have possession. Malcolm Brogdon has it. He's going to pass it over to Jason Tatum. So now Tatum gets it in for two. It's now, 19-17 right now. And I'm hoping to make this one 20-19. So we're going to be up by 1 point if we get that in. We missed it, but we miss it again. Philly has not been doing so hot in threes to start off quarter number one. I don't get it. I mean, we managed to do pretty well against Boston in threes out when we were in Philly, but not in Boston. I mean, it is a tough arena, and the Boston Celtics are one of the toughest teams in the NBA, but it is what it is. I mean, these two are the most iconic Eastern Conference teams out there, so it's now 22-20 right now. And Tatum, it looks like he's going to get this one in, and it's now 24-20. So now I'm going to use Shake Milton. Hopefully I can try to get a logo three, but if not, I can just dribble it out, and it's the end of the first quarter here in Boston. So the Celtics are taking a 4-point lead at home. All right, so it's now 24-20, 18 points, 16 points off of assists, and 12 points in the paint for Boston. And they are just playing the perimeter, or around the perimeter today, it seems like. So now Tobias Harris has 11 points, only missed one field goal, and it was that three-pointer. And it is now 26-25 since Harden gets a three. So now we're just playing some perimeter basketball now. And they changed up their depth chart. And I think Derek White is going to pass it over to Malcolm Brogdon, and he does get it in. So it's now 29-25 rather. But now I got Brogdon. I hope I don't lose the basketball and have to turn it over to Boston. But now I'm going to try to do a crossover. It may not be the most perfect crossover, but still, I get it in. But Harris only has 13 points already. And Malcolm Brogdon going to pass it over to Grant Williams. Gets that dunk in. So it's now 31-27. And I got Tobias Harris going to knock down another three. And it's now 31-30. And Brogdon, and there's a timeout for the Celtics. All right, so now I got James Harden. I'm going to pass it all around, and I'm hoping to get it to Embiid. As of right now, Tobias Harris is the scoring leader for Philadelphia. He has gotten at least 16 or so points. He's 4 for 5 from behind the arc. I mean, he's so talented when he shoots threes and stuff. I mean, it's going to be a bigger challenge when if they would play the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, because Curry also likes to drill threes. So it's now 42-40. Hot start off today for Embiid, 18 points, and he has only like one offensive rebound. So now it's now 44-40. So this is going to be the age-old question of who will end up winning this game and why. I think it's probably going to be Boston today. I mean, if we end up having a 5 or 6 game series, that's okay with me. As long as I get this as a memory for my NBA 2K23 Road to the Finals series. And later today, we're actually going to be starting a new 2K23 Road to the Finals series for the current team. So today is Saturday, May 20th, and June 28th is the date that I'm going to actually start doing the classic teams. I will finish up the current day teams, but just keep in mind that I'm still going to do it no matter what. And then that's just mainly for summer. We're in spring right now, so got us about 6 or so weeks. And I always record it ahead of time because I'm usually busy with, work and doing other stuff on my days off from work. So I'm going to pass it all around, use some Joel Embiid, and it is going to be, I think, 51-50. So Boston is taking a pretty good lead right now, and I think they're going to knock down a three, and they do. So I think with 6 seconds remaining, I'm just going to pass it, and we get it in right before buzzer beater in halftime. So now it is halftime, so Boston is up by 2 points. So we'll see you guys at the second half. All right, so now Joel Embiid in this first half, he has 30 points already. So it was kind of a slow start for him in this first quarter, but now he gets a dunk to start off the second half. And plus, he's evenly tying out the game for the Sixers. Now he's going to take another steal, and he's going to take another dunk. And my question is, well, Embiid has 34 and Tatum has 18. And my question is, will the Sixers take a lead for long? I mean, Boston, they're a pretty strategic team themselves. I mean, they just got it in that three throw. So now I'm going to hand it off to Embiid. And Joel Embiid, I'm going to get this in for about 2 points. So it's now 58-56. So 36 points for Joel Embiid, 6 from mid-range. So Marcus Smart is going to keep dribbling the basketball, going to pass it over to Al Horford, the University of Florida product. Gets a three, so now Philadelphia is really down by 1. So Boston is taking a 1-point lead. Now we take the 1-point lead. So I wonder how many lead changes we have had throughout this episode. But now Marcus Smart, he's going to pass it over to Al Horford. And 86% and 96% in field goals. Philly with 86 and 96 for Boston. All right, so it is now 67-61. So now Philadelphia, they've been taking this lead throughout this third quarter now. So the biggest lead for Philly is now 8. So now they're going to pass it around, use some Al Horford, and he actually does get it in. So now Horford only has 13 points, and now I got Tobias Harris. And Harris, he's going to knock down a 3, so it's now 72-63. And Malcolm Brogdon has possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it over to Grant Williams, and now he makes the block Joel Embiid. So now I'm thinking, you know what? Since I made a special move, I'm gonna knock down a 3 no matter what. So I'm gonna knock down a 3 from behind the arc, take this 12-point lead, and hopefully there'll be even better plays coming into this fourth quarter. So if Philly wins, great. If not, Boston at least gets 1 win in this series. It can get extended. So now Grant Williams has a shooting foul. So this means that Embiid is going to go to the free-throw line, and he gets it in for 2. So now Jason Tatum got possession. So now he's going to get that layup. And now I'm hoping to make it 81-67. So I'm going to try to get this one in for 3. And it's now 81-67 with 22 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So now they're going to pass it, get that dunk in. And it's now 81-69. So I'm passing it all around. Use some Joel Embiid, even get that in. So it's now 83-69. And they're going to use some Jason Tatum. And now Tatum, he's going to pass it over to Williams. Now Malcolm Brogdon gets it in. All right, so we are back at it, and it's now going to be 83-71. And it is the end of the third quarter here in Boston. So Philly is taking this 12-point lead, but the question is for the fourth quarter, can Boston come back and make this series 2-1? All right, so it is now 83-77. I'm going to try to actually do a logo shot with PJ Tucker, but I do not think it's going to go in, and it does not. So now Tatum gets the rebound for Boston, and now they're going to pass it around to Al Horford. They get this one in, so it's now 83-79, and going to pass it around to Embiid. Gets it in, so it's now 85-79, 53 points today, and 16 of which are in the paint, so that is just even more surprising to say the latest. But it's now 85-82, so I'm going to use James Harden. I'm going to pass it all around. Hopefully I can get this one in, and it's now 87-82. Embiid is just putting in the work today, so that is just a great accomplishment to see so much dribbling, and the Celtics will take a timeout. All right, so it is now 91-87, and we are down by 4 points, so Boston is making a decent comeback here, and 57 points for Embiid and 35 for Tatum. He is, in fact, going to knock down a three. Yes, he does. He does. He's going to knock down that three as much as possible, because I always say this and this only. When you shoot more threes, you have a higher probability of winning this game. But now I'm going to... Where's my guy Embiid at? I want to try to drill it from three so that it can be 94-92. And now Jason Tatum got possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it over to Marcus Smart. Gets that in there for two. And it's now 92-96 at the moment. So now I'm going to use some James Harden. And with a minute 20 left, that's about 80 seconds in a game left. And it's now 96-95. So now Tatum, what is he going to do? He is, in fact, going to knock down another three. And it's now 99-95. That is just outstanding, to say the latest. But now I'm going to try to get in Tobias Harris, and I do. And 21 points. I mean, he's not bad for field goals, like 89%. Going to pass it over, gets that in there. So now I'm going to try to use Tobias Harris. And we're going to knock down a three. And it's now 101-100 for the Sixers. So now Tatum, he gets it in, so it's now 103-100 actually. And I'm going to try to get this one in for two. And now we are at 103 even, tied it up. So now Al Horford, he's going to knock down a three for Boston. And it's now 106-103. And I'm just going to pass it around even, use some Harris, getting it in there. And I thought we missed that one. So now there is no, thought there would be no time, what's it called? No shot clock remaining. And now we're at 19 seconds left. No shot clock remaining. All right, player of the game is Joel Embiid for the Philadelphia 76ers. And we just got 19 seconds left in the game. All right, so now Jason Tatum, what is he going to do? I'm thinking he might just knock or just dribble it out. And I think this could end up being that game winner. All right, so now it is 106 to 108. I'm thinking about getting this in, and it is already tied up. So nobody scores, and it is end of regulation. So we are going into OT here in Boston. And this is, I think, our first overtime game for the Philadelphia 76ers. So if Boston wins, they will lead it 2-1. So we're going to do another tip off, and I think this will last 2 minutes long. So it's not like in football that the next possession wins the game. It's like you play the 2 minutes in basketball. In basketball, you play the last 2 minutes of it, and of the OT, and you only get 2 timeouts in basketball. It's like football. You, I think, would have 2 timeouts. It might have changed a long time ago, but who knows? So the Celtics take a timeout. All right, so now we're back in the game. It is now like 1-13 tied, and I hope we can get it in. So this would be now 115 to 113. So Jason Tatum got possession, and he is, I think, going to knock this one down. And I don't think that there are any tiebreakers in NBA basketball. It has to continue playing until somebody wins. But we step out of bounds, so Boston does retain possession of it. So Al Horford, he's going to pass it over to Jason Tatum. So now Tatum, I think he's going to do a lob pass over to Robert Williams. So now it's 117 to 115. And I try to do a logo shot, and we step out of bounds. So Boston will take that possession. So now Jason Tatum gonna pass it over to Horford, and now Horford gets that dunk. All right, so now this is a foul, so this means that we only got 8.8 seconds left to go in the game, and we're just fouling on purpose. I don't get it. All right, so now it is 124-115, and the Boston Celtics win their first game of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Philadelphia 76ers. So this is guaranteed that we will have a Game 5 later on. So 124 to 115 is the final score here at TD Garden in Boston. So we're going to go over the numbers right now. I think we're going to start off with Boston for the statistics today because they won today's episode. 54 points, 14 assists, 1 rebound for Jason Tatum, and 12 3-pointers made, including a dunk. Al Horford, 23 points, 3 assists on the day. Robert Williams, he had 5 dunks, 16 points, and 3 assists. Jaylen Brown had 13 points and 1 assist for the Boston Celtics. Going on to Philadelphia, we got Joel Embiid, 65 points, 1 rebound, 3 steals. And Philly, they've been taking quite a bit of leads off and on here. Tobias Harris, 31 points, 2 assists, 1 steal on the day. And then James Harden, he got 12 points in all. Shake Milton only had 3 points with 1 rebound and 3 assists. So without a further ado, I am signing off. We will see you guys next episode.